My name is Ted. I'm 64 years old. I live in Elk Grove, California. I have a condition on my skin. They look like barnacles. I have it growing on my feet, my legs. I've even got them up on my arms. My skin condition is stucco keratosis. What it really feels like is just little patches of dry skin. If you take your fingernails across, it just feels like scabby things, and sometimes they flake off. If I put my legs together, you can feel the scratching. It's like sandpaper. I've had it for about 10 years. It first started on my feet, and this kind of moved up my ankles. I went to the dermatologist, and I had a couple big ones on me, and they removed them surgically and sewn it back up, and they told me that there was nothing they could do about the rest of it. I just seem to think that there's more that can be done about it. And this is the part that bothers me the most on my legs. Sometimes it itches. Some of it's discolored. I mean, I could pick it off if I really tried to. I've gone to lengths where I've even taken a razor blade and cut them off. And sometimes it works, sometimes they just bleed. If I could find a sock to cover it all, I would. What I used to do for work was I was a truck driver for 30+ years. Now I don't do anything. My job is at home with my family and kids. That's a full-time job. All right, what's everybody doing out here? Are we playing a game?
Yes.
What are we playing?
Uno.
What's an Uno?
Good job, Josh.
I met my wife, Tracy, 3.5 years ago. She has changed my life in many ways. The fact that we have adopted 7 children that are on the autistic spectrum. I don't have any cards.
You have to go after we're
After
done.
what? Kind of makes me a little emotional, but the kids are just sweet as hell.
Yay!
What was that card?
How are you doing, Ted?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Right.
I have no problems with my legs or nothing.
Bye.
Are you sure?
It's sad. I don't see why there's any reason in the world that these kids should be worried about the way I feel. They got enough problems to deal with their life. That's it. You want to give me some socks while you're there to put on my feet?
Yeah, heck yeah, you can have your grandpa's socks.
Grandpa socks. Grandpa needs to cover his feet.
Oh my gosh.
Hide some of this stuff on my legs this way.
It's looking drier, but they're looking brown now.
Well, on the internet it says there is no cure.
But I'm sure there's got to be a better quality of life with it than we've currently been going through.
Yeah, well, I got a butcher's knife that'll work really well soon.
Oh my gosh. You know, when Ted first told me about his stucco keratosis, I was baffled by just the name. I had to look it up, but he itches at night. We have a lot of dandruff-looking skin in our bed.
I know you care about my skin a lot.
I do, babe.
I know you care about me a lot.
I do. I really am concerned about him and how much it bothers him. And the older he's getting, he doesn't need any additional stress. We have plenty around here. We've been, I think, just putting your skin on the back burner. It's time that we start looking into taking care of your skin, taking care of you.
I think you're right.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good,
I'm
good. How
Sandra,
about
Dr.
you?
Lee. You are Theodore, Ted?
Ted, Theodore.
What's going on with you?
Well, I've got this stuff on my legs.
I see.
And it's, you know, scaly. It started on my feet probably about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And it's kind of coming up my legs. I got it underneath my arms now.
And they're darker in that area,
Yes.
too. Okay.
And the dermatologist that I have seen up until now told me that it's stucco keratosis.
I do believe that this is a correct diagnosis. We call it stucco keratosis, and it's because it looks a lot like when people are putting up stucco and you take it on the paint and you kind of flick it.
Right.
They're like raised up on the surface of your skin. I bet a lot of them you can sometimes kind of pick them off, or you feel like you could get caught in your finger.
Yeah, but they bleed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just take a look at you if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, you got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's like almost like a sock of keratoses. Stucco keratoses are a form of seborrheic keratoses, and these really develop over time in most of us, and we get more as we age. I'm gonna take a two-pronged approach to address Ted's issues here to make a difference at the start, but I really need him to go home with a good plan that he has to remain compliant with, because it really will take some time to get all of these down. There's just so many of them. We need to find ways in which to do this long-term and in a slower way, because you got so much of your body surface area that is involved. So I'm gonna be more aggressive. I'm gonna give you some stronger topicals that are like moisturizers, but they are impregnated with really strong acids. I'll give you like the strongest thing that we can get, you know? And then here in the office, I will freeze them with a cold spray. That's kind of inducing a little frostbite in the area and causing that to kind of peel up and fall off. Okay, you made it in, and I brought my liquid nitrogen.
Okay.
It's really cold. It's like about minus 295. So cold that it stings a little. Just enough to freeze the actual growth and not your skin.
Okay.
But sometimes it gets a little bit blistered.
Okay.
Well, shall we start behind your knee, actually?
Whatever you want to do.
Face that way, if you don't mind. Thank you. Oh, gosh, he's like assuming the position or something here. Poor thing. Okay, cold spray. We're gonna treat some of these really thick ones. It makes the best sense for me to use liquid nitrogen to freeze these areas, because for me to go to each one specifically and numb them and then cauterize them, that would take 10 times longer. Hopefully Ted's gonna be able to tolerate me doing a lot of these, because the more that he tolerates, the more that I can freeze.
Every time she sprays one of these marks on me, you can kind of feel it like a burn, like you burned yourself on a pot.
So some of these raised ones, I'm gonna hit them a little harder, because I know it's not the most fun thing to do. I think we're gonna use that cream. Let's do them on your inner thighs and then your knees, the round of your knees.
Okay.
And let's see how that does after like a month, okay?
It's been about 8 weeks since I've seen Dr. Lee. I'm really surprised that in that short amount of time, how much better my arms feel and my legs. All right.
I'm glad you're out here today.
Oh, I love you, honey. I spend a lot more time with the kids now and just doing things outside the home.
Look at that. It feels so smooth. I love you, but you got a pinky promise me? There's no more grandpa socks.
I don't think Tracy will ever get off my case about my grandpa socks. Thank you, Dr. Lee, from my heart and my family for what you've done for us.